Hello and welcome. This is Sandra Hart, and I have a very important question that I want you to ask yourself today.
Never too late to get up. Maybe it's not as hard as you think.
Did you ever stop to ask yourself this question? Who am I? Just exactly right now, today, who am I? That's a hard one for most of us to answer, I think. And so many of us have never really stopped to think about who I am exactly right now with all of I've been throughout my life. Who has it made me? It's really not easy because we often don't stop long enough to really think about this. I have been on YouTube for 6 years and I've been talking about so many things. And a lot of times I think I'm running out of things to talk about and things to say. But somehow the universe brings the answer to me right when I need it. Case in point, I was talking to my sister-in-law the first part of this week, and she was telling me about a book club, a neighborhood book club that she belongs to, and the books that they are reading and how wonderful it is. And she said, but you know, there is this one woman in our neighborhood, and every time she comes, she's so aggressive, and she doesn't always have nice things to say. And you know, she kind of looked down on the rest of us, I think. Or at least that's what it seems to be. But she's part of the group, and we just kind of tolerate it because that's the way it is. But she said to me the other day, I felt so bad, Sandra, because I just couldn't stand it any longer. We were in the group and we were discussing something, and all of a sudden, she had really something very rude to say. And the other women were kind of aghast and they didn't say anything. And I couldn't stand it any longer. And I said, who are you? Just who are you? And well, this woman just stopped in her tracks and her eyes got real big. And she just picked up her purse and her stuff and she left. And then my sister-in-law said she felt so bad that she should have held her tongue, but she said she just couldn't stand it any longer. Well, a couple of months went by, and my sister-in-law met this woman in the grocery store. And she said, oh, you know, what's going to happen? But anyway, the woman came up to her and said, Marianne, I really want to thank you. And my sister-in-law was, couldn't figure out. She said, I really want to thank you. She said, I never really stopped to think about who I was and what I was doing. Can we have coffee together now? So they finished their groceries and Marianne went out to the coffee shop to have coffee with her. Well, it turns out that this woman was aggressive most of her life. And the reason was, she said, I always wanted to be beautiful. My mother or father never ever told me I was beautiful. They never complimented me and always made me feel ugly. Therefore, I guess I just started to act out and be aggressive because that's the only way I felt I could get attention. And then Marianne felt really bad about it. But in a way, if my sister-in-law hadn't spoken up, because most people would not go against her and they were very polite and not say anything, this woman would not have had a chance to look at herself and to realize why she had spent most of her life angry, being a bully, and not being a very nice person. And it all stemmed back to her childhood because she wasn't beautiful. She didn't feel beautiful because her parents never made her feel special or beautiful in any way. And therefore, I'm going to be talking about this today. We are beautiful. Each and every one of us have a beauty within us that radiates outside. And how many times have I said this to all of you? But I want you to take time now, if you can, or after you watch this video, just take time to sit down and put the headline, "Who am I?" And I want you to write all of the things that you know about yourself that has brought you to where you are today, both the positive and the negative. It takes sometimes longer for some people to realize who they are. And I've had conversations recently with my children, and in my heart, even though they've spent their whole lives with me, I really don't think they know who I am. I really don't think so. Each child perceives me in a way on their own terms as to who they think I am. But I honestly don't think that they really know who I am. And because of that, the other day, and I sat down and I wrote letters to each and every one of them. And I'm going to seal it and have it put in my will so that at the end of my time here, when they open it, they will have from my heart how I feel about them and let them really know who I am. Because actually, I don't think any one of us know the other person truly, because we are who we are, and we are not always able to show that to everyone. And how you feel about how beautiful you really are is really the way that you can connect with all of those people around you. If you don't feel worthy and you don't feel beautiful, you won't be able to really express who you really are. In the end, I honestly think, who am I? Is one of the best questions we can ask ourselves. And if we have any childhood events that we have been carrying with us along our road, along our journey, that has made us feel unworthy, ugly, not beautiful, I hope you will let it go. Because as I've said in so many videos, we all are unique. We are born with a special talent, with a special me, with a special you, and there's no one else in the world like us. So embrace those differences, embrace that uniqueness that you have today, and then you can say to yourself, who am I? I know who I am. Don't ever forget, you are beautiful as you are. Thank you for being here today, and don't forget to stay for a little bit to watch Mushu's Motivation Minute right after this video. Please, that's all. Believe in ourselves and know that each and every one of us is beautiful and we are worthy, and that don't feel bad because nobody ever will really know us but we can do our best to let them see the best of who we are. Let's pray for world peace, and please, if you feel that you're alone, know that you are not, and that you are truly, truly loved. Take care, and I hope to see you soon in my next video.